All right, how is it going, everybody? Welcome to a live. I haven't done a live in about a month now, I don't think. I moved to Mexico, I think about 3 weeks ago to a month, and I haven't really done a live. I haven't had the best internet connection, but in this place, I do. So before we get into anything, be sure to smash that like button. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. This is going to be a pretty chill live today. I didn't really advertise it anywhere except for on Instagram. And as always, ask any of your questions. I get to every single one. Say who you are, where you're from, what platform you're dropshipping on. And yeah, let's get into it. So also before that, we are running a Valentine's Day sale on all of our courses, 40% off across the board. We did one last year that did include a date with me, aka a 1 hour live coaching session. That is not the gift this year. I just don't think we had time to plan it out that much, but it is 40% off. If you do want to get in, or if you have any questions, just ask them on my Instagram. They're down in the description below. The 40% off discount code and everything, all the courses are in that one link down there, are 40% off down below as well in the description. So yeah, let's get into it. I hope that the live, okay, it is working. I pressed pause by accident. So I really didn't plan too much. So basically what everybody's been doing recently is Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. I just want to talk a little bit about what my plans are with Facebook Marketplace in the future and pretty much everything about it just moving forward. So one thing I do want to say is that I do think that Facebook Marketplace is going to get absolutely massive. I did find a way to connect a business page to Facebook Marketplace recently, but it is not that great of a technique at the moment, but it is something that later on down the road, I do believe is going to be extremely powerful, where not only are you selling on Facebook Marketplace, which is pretty untapped still to this moment, but you're also selling to the degree where nobody knows who you are. It's through a business page. There's no face on it. There's nothing like that. You can automate it a lot more through this system, and pretty much it's going to be the way to go. I can tell you that right now. So that's what I've been working on. I did get it to work through an auxiliary software out there. And it's really not that great at the moment. I can tell you that. You can only list in like specific categories, but I do believe in the next, I think, month or so, it will change big time, moving forward. So also at any point in time, let me know if you cannot hear me, because this mic, I think I have a damaged mic cable. And let's just get into some of the questions. So Malpak is here. He's been here for a while. He says, let's get it. Christian Salinas is here. So he says, so curious, what percentage of your business / suppliers are retail versus wholesale? So right now, I'm in the midst of like a pretty big change or turning point right now, I would say. And I have my eBay retail store. I have one main one, and I have another one that's just kind of been going for a while. But I took the rest of my wholesale drop shipping store down because I am moving over to another software owned by Inventory Source called FlexPoint. And they, I don't want to badmouth them because they did at least alert me today what was going on. And it seems like they did have a bad onboarding customer success manager who just happened to be my onboarding customer success manager. And he was not that great. So it's been a long, arduous setup process to get everything automated and everything like that. But so I took down the whole wholesale store in order to move over to this software. And at that point in time, this software setup process has taken literally forever. And I wanted to wait till I actually get that fully automated until I move and, start fully going back into the wholesale on eBay, on everything else. But once that's ready, I'd say we're about like 85% of the way there. Once that's fully ready, oh, I forgot I could bring this up too. Once that's fully ready, then yeah, I'm going to be going in on it like more than anything else. That the wholesale dropshipping is going to be pretty much the majority of my business. But right now, since I had to take everything down, it did end up being something that it was unfortunate because it's been going on since like end of September or early October. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. So once that happens, everything's going to go wholesale onto Amazon, wholesale onto Walmart, wholesale onto Shopify, which then we'll push onto other platforms as well. And it should all be automated through this one program, FlexPoint. So it is expensive. It's like $600 a month, but I do think it's worth it. Once you actually get your account up and running, it does seem worthwhile. So Christian also says, oh, hey, good to be here. So glad to hear from you. I haven't been here for a while, so I haven't heard from you. I haven't heard from a lot of people. So Cody J says, do winning listings naturally lose traction over time? Do you relist from scratch your winners after a certain amount of time? So I'm not sure what platform this is in regards to, but if this is in regards to just eBay or Facebook dropshipping, so probably Facebook, I'm assuming, because that's what we've been talking about more recently. Let me know, Cody, if you are still here. And then basically, yes, you're going to have to, specifically with Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, you're going to have to relist them over time as they lose traction, just because of the fact that, you know, you can only renew the listing 5 times. And at that point in time, it usually falls off. So how I've been explaining it is pretty much Amazon dropshipping. When you're dropshipping on Amazon, although the margins are probably gonna be lower than Facebook Marketplace, when you hop on a listing, if it has a good bestsellers rank, that listing will never stop selling. All you're doing is fighting somebody else in the buy box or other people in the buy box for price, which could drive the prices down. But it does lead to the fact that you will constantly be getting good sales as long as the bestsellers rank is good. Everybody's selling under the same listing. So it's really not hard to find listings that are selling, and it's really not hard to keep those sales going. But within eBay, I'd say a second, where if somebody searches one search term, you will see like 10 people if there's 10 people on the listing. But again, if you are kind of in that ballpark, in the right price range, you'll probably not lose sales on it over time. I've had listings that have sold for years, year and a half, 2 years on some accounts, and they've been fine. But with Facebook, what seems to happen is after you renew it your 5 times, even after it falls off the first time you try to renew it, the actual first full renewal, if it falls off, it doesn't seem to be doing that well afterwards. And at the very least, you know, eventually after 5 renewals, it'll probably fall off, and then you're going to have to, you know, relist it. It won't be completely from scratch because you'll have everything. You'll have the title, you'll have the pictures, you'll have the description. From there, you do have to change a few things in order to try to get it to relist back up, usually an image or something in the title. And then from there, you just hope that it takes off again. That's why with Facebook Marketplace, it's a lot more, you know, active of a process. It's a lot more hands-on, but it's also going to lead with, it's going to give you higher profit margins where we see students that are getting 30 to 50%. And just the fact that it's going to be, if you sell a couple $100 items, a couple of them a day, I mean, you're going to be making as much as if you sold, you know, 2,000, 3,000 in sales a day on eBay or on Amazon. So what it doesn't make up for in automation, it makes up for in profit margin. And I think that's kind of how just about any single, you know, just software, I mean, not software, any single platform works. You know, either one's highly automatable and therefore, and there's more competition on it, or the other one's like less highly automatable and there's going to be less competition on it. So that's what I have to say about that. So we got Gibbs here, says, anyway to see what's selling the best on someone's profile you're sniping for Facebook. So there is a way to do that. And inside of the Facebook dropshipping course and training and any single YouTube video I've made so far, I've made it a point to not teach that, because at one point up until like 10 days ago, we were the only one that had a training on it, and I did not want to teach how to cannibalize other people's listings. I'm not sure what the other training is teaching on this. The second one that just came out recently. And I'm assuming that they're not teaching how to cannibalize other people's listings. It's such a small and new marketplace at the moment that I don't want people to go out there cannibalizing each other's listings when you could just teach the way, or go the way that we teach inside of the training, find just as good of items that are selling. And we've had students with our methods hitting, you know, $10,000, $15,000 profit a month. So at that point in time, it doesn't really matter if you can look at the Facebook profile and, you know, snipe their items. Yes, there is a way to do it, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. We got David Reed here. Hi from Vegas, selling on eBay, Facebook, and Amazon. There you go, David. You're hitting across the board. Hopefully everything, all of your sales are doing very well. And hopefully, you know, you are enjoying Facebook Marketplace, as most seem to be. And I think a lot of people are excited about it. And I also felt this way too, because it just felt new. Like it felt like I've been in this game teaching, or, you know, running a YouTube channel for almost 3 years now. It's like 2 years and like 9 months now. It's been a while. And it seemed to me personally that like eBay and Amazon were, you know, I've been talking about it for years and years now. And I was like, I hope something new comes up, and Facebook came up, and it really felt refreshing to get to the point where not only is it like it's a new talking point, but it's also a great just avenue to go down. It wasn't like something where I was like, oh, this is new, I just want to talk about it. It's like, it was both. It hit both the criteria, and I was very happy about it, just for myself to talk about it and to move into another platform that's making tons of money for not only myself, but other people as well. It feels good. And I'm really looking into Facebook, obviously, and then also Walmart in the future. I think that's going to be the best way moving forward to diversify. And now it just seems like there's tons of platforms that pop up all the time that it's just, it seems like there's more of a chance nowadays than just going with, oh, you have to sell on Amazon. You have to sell on Amazon. There's tons of other platforms that are getting recognition now. So we got Richard Hong here says, any new tips or hacks for getting the shipping option for international sellers? So no, we do not have any tips or hacks at the moment. We do have one international student, Lucas. He was on one of the lives I did a couple months ago or a month and something ago. And pretty much he's been working on it, trying to get it to work. We have no definitive answers at the moment, so I can't say anything about it right now. I'm really not sure. Unless you know somebody in the US or you have a friend in the US that has a Facebook Marketplace account, then I'm not really sure. You could possibly try to buy an account, but then eventually they ask for your social security number. It's a whole bunch of extra work where once you can connect the Facebook page to Marketplace and actually be able to sell all your items on it. Like I said earlier in the live, I've connected a page to Marketplace, although it says you can only sell in like 5 categories, being like jewelry, cell phones, books. It was just things I don't sell, and I tried to, and I still didn't get listings on it, or views on the listings. Once that comes into play, because that's connected to your business bank, to your actual EIN number, it's connected to everything, your business address. It's much more like selling on an eBay or selling on an Amazon when you connect a Facebook page to Marketplace. I do think that that's where the international people will be able to come in a lot easier. And until then, you're probably just going to have to sell in your country via not the shipping option, which has proven to be harder, but also has been proven to be lucrative for people that are putting in the actual effort. So we got next up, Mikey Smith says, hi, Tom. How's it going, Mikey? We got Gary Y here says, I still don't understand. Isn't dropshipping against eBay and Amazon policy? So Gary Y, I really wish, I hope that, if you want to get into online business, I'm not just here to call you out. If you want to get into online business, do not take what people say on the internet or whoever says it and says, oh, it's illegal or not allowed, just as face value, when you could go to Google and type in Amazon dropshipping policy or eBay dropshipping policy. At that point in time, you will see that there are certain aspects of dropshipping that isn't allowed, and there's certain aspects of dropshipping that is allowed. And mainly that being retail dropshipping is not allowed, and wholesale dropshipping is allowed. Specifically on Amazon, you need to make sure that there's anything on the box. It's just a plain brown box, no supplier, anything on there. There's no invoices inside or anything on the invoice that will show that it's from another supplier. There's the return address or the send address. It doesn't say anything other than your own. And a lot of these wholesale dropshipping suppliers will facilitate that. So you need to read into the rules a bit. Always do your own research. That's one thing that I've always said in this game. You cannot take what people are saying on the internet as face value. Even what I said. Who knows? Maybe I'm here lying to you. Maybe I just made all that up, but I didn't. Just Google search drop shipping Amazon dropshipping policy. You'll realize that you're allowed to drop ship on Amazon. Yes, retail is not allowed. And yes, I do teach some retail dropshipping specifically on Amazon, but you can get away with it. So it's really up to who's going to complain about it. And if you do the right things and if you do a great job, you won't be in trouble for it. So Richard said, any new content coming for the Facebook Marketplace course? So I'd say right now we do not have any in the works, but we do have, I've been writing down more and more ideas, specifically with newer softwares that are coming out, bigger and better ideas. I wanted to wait for the big updates that I think are going to come, but again, there's no actual dates on any of this and nobody has said anything. So I really wanted to wait for those, but I'm not sure when or if they will come. So at this point in time, I think maybe in the next month to 2, we will have an update, just because I don't want to keep waiting anymore. And I'll make an update then. And then if there is a big update that comes later on down the road, then I will also make it for that. I think the eBay course has been updated. It's been out it's been out and unadulterated for almost 2 full years now. And I think it's been updated 2 to 3 times since launching it. So it only makes sense. Launch the course, feel it out for a couple months, see what people's issues are, what the main questions are. And that's another thing. We try to wait to see what maybe I thought I explained very well when other people are always asking the same question, or other students, a lot of students have the same questions. If we start seeing the same questions pop up all the time, then we're going to, try to address that issue a lot better. So I've seen a few of those, and I know what to touch upon, and I know what to add. So wait for like a month to 2, and you'll most likely see it. Here we move on to Alonzo H from Connecticut, close to where I used to live. Now I am Mexican, as you can tell by my tan. Drop shipping on Facebook and eBay. Just got your Facebook course. Glad to have you aboard, Alonzo. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you see great success with it. As long as you put in the effort, I don't see any reason not to, because every single student we've seen that puts in the effort is actually doing very well. David Reed says, will you be adding a new course for Facebook Marketplace? So again, at the moment, for Walmart Marketplace, sorry. At the moment, I really have no real experience with Walmart. And again, it kind of stems back to me trying to use the software FlexPoint, which once I got all set up on eBay, because I know eBay, I trust eBay. I think it's a great starting platform to test out new softwares or new suppliers or any new programs that you want to do, then move it to other platforms. I was waiting for that to get fully set up, and it's been taking forever. So therefore, the Walmart integration that I'm paying for has been sitting there kind of wasting away, I would say, for a bit. But, you can't be too upset about it. So, I mean, I have an account. I've been waiting for it to use it, and at the moment I have not. So I've been talking about it for a bit. It will come eventually. I mean, I'd say if there was a training, no sooner than like close to the end of the year, 2021, end of 2021, just because I don't want to put out something that I'm not used to or don't have experience with on a very complex platform like Walmart seems to be. So we got Christian has a question here. Also, I forgot to say that be sure to smash this like button. Let's get out to as many people as possible. I don't know how many likes there are. I'm on a laptop right now. I don't have multiple screens. I feel a little lack of technology at my fingers, but honestly, I would say that I used to care a lot about what computer I used, how many screens I had, like the best setup. And the more I've lived outside of the country, for like the 3 weeks I've lived outside of the country, I'm really seeing that like you can get I got a good amount of work done this week, like really good, hard working hours done this week. And I've legitimately been on a laptop. It's a pretty good laptop. I bought it right before I left, specifically for this reason. But I've been sitting here on a one screen laptop with a mouse in the middle of an Airbnb that does have very good internet. I'm very happy about that, and I'm getting just as much done as I think I would have if I was in Boston with my $2,500 computer set up with my 2 screens. And I like to go fancy on things, but you don't need fancy setups in order to get good work done. It helps later on when you have the luxury of doing so. But right now I'm traveling. I'm not going to lug around an entire desktop with me. So Christian says, to be able to do that and sell through a Facebook page, does it have anything to do with needing an invite? No, there's no invite that you need. If you just look up Facebook Marketplace for Business on Google, you'll see that there's specific platforms that are integrated into the whole Facebook Marketplace for Business. There's like Shopify, there's Channel Advisor, there's other ones, and then it says basically contact those just selling platforms in order to integrate into Facebook Marketplace. And I did that. I got integrated in. It does have a connection that says on this Facebook page it's connected to Facebook Marketplace. But then if you hover over the little question info button, it basically says that you can only sell in 5 categories. Those categories are categories that I never sell in, but I found suppliers just to do so, and I still didn't get any views on those listings. I'm not really sure. There's really nobody to contact, and I think the rules or what Facebook supported changed over time. So it's kind of up in the air still. I really have no idea. So Christian says wholesale is the way to go. Cody says Facebook Marketplace. That was in reference to one of the questions I asked earlier. So how do I pay taxes on Facebook dropshipping? I mean, that's up to you and talking to your CPA here, Raheem. Basically, You're paying taxes on your profits. I don't know if you're in the United States. I don't know if you're not in the United States. That's a question that's above my pay grade right now. I'm going to tell you that you pay taxes on your profits if you have to pay taxes, and that's all I have to say. If you're in the United States or if you're a U.S. citizen, you have to pay taxes. Miguel O says, I'm going to hire a virtual assistant for Facebook dropshipping. I'm cautious that my bank account info is there. What would you recommend? We'll have the VA use ZDrop Excel sheet and reply to message. So first off, I don't think you can see the entire bank account information. I think it's only the last 4 digits. I haven't really studied that area too much, put in the bank account information and call it a day after that. One thing I would say is if this is your first virtual assistant ever, and I always try to teach this, if this is your first virtual assistant ever, which it seems like, start them off on a job where they don't have to be inside of your Facebook account. Start them off on a job where there's finding you items. You teach them how to source an item. They just find you items. You don't have to do anything else, or they don't have to do anything else after that. That's pretty much it. After that, you trust them. They've been around for a while. You're like, okay, they're doing a good job. At that point in time, that's when you say, all right, maybe move inside of my account. Now you're doing this. Now maybe you're listing instead of just finding the items. No, now maybe you're processing orders or replying to messages. Don't just start them off inside of your account if you don't trust them. It shouldn't take too long to realize if they're a bad apple or not. Like pretty much most of the VAs I've realized that aren't good have been within the first week to a month minimum. You'll realize it pretty quickly and you'll be like, hey, this isn't a good fit for me. This is not somebody I want working inside of my stuff. And even at that point in time, barring the fact that I don't think that they can see your bank account information, but besides that is kind of a big deal, but I don't think there's not that much they can do with it. People always wonder, what happens if they have my credit card information? If you notice fraud on your credit card, then you can just, kick them off of everything, cancel your credit card and report it as fraud. And you'll be fine. I know people have done that when in the off chance it did happen that their virtual assistant did screw them over. But really just start them off on something menial. And then from there, test who they are, test their character, their workability, how they feel to you, and then kind of put them in a position that you think is right moving forward. So we are at Elliot Murphy. How many Facebook accounts do you manage and how many do you suggest for others to use at a time? So right now I'm managing 3 different accounts. One thing you need to realize is that on my personal Facebook account, I am banned across the board on everything. So I cannot even put the shipping option on my Facebook account, my personal Facebook account that I use for pretty much everything. I can't use that. And that's because I've been in trouble for running Facebook ads for some ungodly reason. I have no idea why. I've talked to a lot of people down here in Mexico that are running Shopify stores, e-commerce stores, everything like that. And I asked them, how many times have you been banned on Facebook ads? And they're like, once. And I got probably the hardest ban you could ever get for Facebook or Facebook ads after running ads for literally 2 weeks, and I got screwed. So I have to use other people's accounts. I don't recommend that you go out and start using many other people's accounts if you don't need to. So I need to. That's the reason why I'm doing this. And I mean, I don't think that you should have to go and use somebody else's account as long as you can use your own. But for me, I have to work with what I have and who I can work with and who allows me to do what on their account, because they're not my accounts, because Mark Zuckerberg has a tight grip on my whats. I can't do anything. So we got Potato Gravy here. Says your course is great. Thank you very much, Potato Gravy. I appreciate it. Eric is here. What's up, my boy? How's it going, Eric? I hope your shoulder is feeling better. Eric just got shoulder surgery. Wish him a great recovery on his labrum, I believe it was. I've had surgery before on my meniscus twice. It's not fun. No surgery is a good time to go through. So I hope you have a speedy recovery. And Eric says stop sniping his listings. He does not like that. We got Sunday in here. Hello, appreciate this. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Sunday S. Smash that like button. We got 60 people on right now. I didn't advertise this one bit, mainly because I did not know how good the internet was going to be in Mexico. Although I do have very good internet right now, probably better than a lot of people do in the US. But I just didn't know how it would go with the live. So I didn't want to get this live hyped up and then just dump the internet connection, honestly. I was really hoping that didn't happen. So we got Alonzo here says, I started listing on Facebook and listing in local groups. I heard you don't recommend that. Should I delete listings from groups? It doesn't matter. I mean, the one thing I would say is that local groups are more for like the one-off selling of things. You know, you have something every once in a while. But if you're bulk uploading, or not bulk uploading, but you're in there listing like new items all the time, you're just spamming this group, like, first off, you probably won't make that many sales. I haven't heard of very many people saying, oh, like groups are my bread and butter. This is what I'm making money in. Unless they're keeping it as a big secret, it doesn't really make sense to me. So at that point in time, you're really just spamming the group, kind of pissing off the people inside of it, where maybe you could have actually used that group at some point in time for something in the future, where nowadays, you know, the people inside of the group hate you because Alonzo's been spamming the group for, you know, weeks about all of his new items that, you know, he's trying to drop ship to people. That's kind of what I feel with selling in the groups. It's really not going to be that great unless you find one of those like big buy sell groups that cover like the entire United States. But at that point in time, again, it's like, it just doesn't seem like it's the right move, honestly. I mean, you can test it out, but we've seen no student that I've talked to or myself personally has seen or has said that this is their number one source of success, unless somebody's lying to me and that's what they are doing. But I don't believe so. So we got Arn Ulfo Sotelo says, can you start with $500 and scale on Facebook Marketplace? The number one thing about Facebook Marketplace is that they hold your funds for 5 days after delivery. Say the delivery takes like 4 days, business days. You know, you're looking at 9, 10, and it's never usually 5. You know, so you hope it's 5. Sometimes it's more than 5. A lot of times it's more than 5. Yes, you can start with under $500. You need to realize you don't really need software for Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. There is some that we do suggest, but you don't need it. It's not 100% a guarantee. And then from there, basically, if you only have $500, clearly you don't want to be listing a bunch of items that are like $300 or $400, because at that point in time, if you're buying it from your supplier, maybe for $200, you're going to really run out of money pretty quickly. But if you say you want to start slowly and you want to actually build this the smart way, why not just start with small items from like Amazon.com, $15, $10, $20 on Amazon? That will mean that you can make a lot more sales with the $500 that you have. Wait till your money comes back, get your money situated, start slowly, instead of wasting your time listing a bunch of items up where maybe you sell a couple too many that are too expensive and you can't afford them. You know, you don't want to run into the issue where you don't have enough money. Although for people that do have, you know, like high bankroll or a high credit card limit or something like that, you know, running out of money might be a good issue, or an issue that you can't complain about too much because like, all right, I'm making a ton of sales. But at the same point in time, if you don't have that much money, you don't want to run out of it because, you know, what if there's an issue, or what if something happens? You don't want to spread yourself too thin. So start listing smaller items and you'll be good to go. All right, what's the next question? We got Zeph, I think that's how you pronounce it. What is the best way to scale Facebook dropshipping products? I managed to get 2 sales so far, and I've been listing daily, but still no sales for about a week. I mean, it really depends on, do you have the training? Do you have a formal or well-known background in dropshipping in general? Like, you can't just be listing anything and hoping that it sells. You need to be using market data in order to actually go out of your way and list items that are actually going to be proven to sell. You can't just assume, hey, this item's going to sell. Hey, I think this item's going to sell. Yes, once you get good enough at it, you've been around for years. Like, I can tell my virtual assistants we're going to list this item, this item, this item. And, you know, I don't even have market data on them sometimes. Yeah, I just know that they're going to sell, or that they have a high likelihood of selling. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if you're just going out there blindly, you've never drop shipped before, and you're just going to start trying to list items, it's not going to work out for you. I mean, you need to use market data, market research. Some things that are selling very well, you're like, why the hell are they selling well? Don't ask the question. Don't ask yourself too many questions. Just go with the flow. Be like, hey, it's selling well. I don't know why, but I'm going to list it anyways. And the things that you think are going to sell well that aren't, don't get emotionally attached to them and say, hey, like, this isn't selling well. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Because, like, just use the market research, and from there, you should be good. We got Talat. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hey, I'm doing dropshipping on the UK marketplace from Turkey. Isn't there a way to use someone's Facebook to do this on the USA? Facebook are giving shadow bans. I wouldn't suggest someone to delete and relist. So I don't know what the full question is here. Is there a way to do this on someone else's Facebook from the United States. Yes, you can. If somebody else in the US and they have it, you could do it. You could go into their computer, whether it's a virtual computer or whatever you're doing. And some people are complaining about the shadow bans. Yes, but like, how else would you get rid of an item that's already sold out or has stopped listing? You have to mark it out of stock and try to relist it in some way, shape, or form. I haven't seen any issues with that. I have seen that if the item was selling very well, you relisted like 3, 4, or 5 times. Maybe eventually like the 6th time, it just doesn't sell anymore. But from pretty much everything I've seen, when an item sells, it sells. When an item doesn't sell for whatever reason, it just doesn't sell. This is Facebook Marketplace specific. We got Ecom Tomcat in the house. Thank you very much for showing up. I'm in a different Airbnb. There are Mexican wood doors like you asked me like 2 weeks ago. They're a little bit different colored doors this time, but they are still authentic. And there might be a sign in here that says no fumar. I'm not sure. I haven't looked around too much, but I am in a different Airbnb. But thank you for showing up. Be sure to smash that like button. We're about halfway through this live. I hope my internet hasn't fallen off yet. I haven't checked. Yeah, it seems like all the other comments seem good. So we're going to keep moving on with this live here. Cody J says, in regards to Facebook Marketplace, do you recommend selling next day delivery items from Walmart? How do you deal with the no tracking issue? So we do have a trick inside of the course in order to deal with the no tracking issue, or the fact that they're not using tracking when they're sending it through DoorDash or whichever way that they're doing it. Also, the same way that you would deal with Amazon logistics numbers. I know we got a question, I think in the course today, that was somebody asking. I haven't got my money back because I uploaded the Amazon tracking number and I couldn't find. It only asked for USPS, UPS, or FedEx. I couldn't find where to upload the Amazon tracking number, so I just uploaded it. There's a trick inside of the training, and even that person was in the training. I don't think they followed the trick, but I'm not going to give that out on this live. That's exclusive inside of the course. There is a way to deal with it. So if you want to, but again, at that point in time, I mean, obviously the next day delivery is going to be good because it's one day, but you're going to have to be doing this trick nonstop. Might get a little arduous, honestly. Might want to opt for larger items from Walmart. I don't really use Walmart at all. I haven't used Walmart in a long time, honestly. Just because it's a pain overall, but a lot of people like to deal with it. I've dealt with it. I've done my years. I've done my times in the Walmart rank, but it's nothing I want to be doing 4 years into this game or 3.5 years into this game. But I understand why people do it. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying that if you do it, you need to make sure you know the trick, and or just you do 2-day deliveries that aren't going to be sent through DoorDash or anything like that. Albert says, any methods to also, Albert, you got to get on a live with me. I know that you said last time that you had something going on, but when you do have time, Albert, let's go on a YouTube live together because you're doing very well. And I want to have you on because I think you would be great for the channel, honestly, to show, other people what is possible out there. We had Jake Penny on. Jake Penny, he had a blast. He said it was a good time. And he definitely inspired some people, I'll tell you that. So I'm trying to get more students on, more people that, they don't, so people aren't just looking at me being like, oh, well, Tom already knows what he's been doing. He's been doing this for years. I want to get some more people that aren't as well known. And I want you, Albert. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any methods to sell items $500 plus on Facebook? I don't think so at the moment. I haven't found anything. But like I was saying earlier with the hack with the Facebook page, and that's what I think will be acceptable later on onto Marketplace, and it should be fine. But again, at the moment, it's really not a thing. I need to turn on my AC. I'm sweating. And then Albert also said, I saw Sears Marketplace as a possibility. Sears is a possibility. It's nothing that I'm really trying to get into. Another thing is I'm fairly positive eBay and Sears have a deal going on, and some of your eBay items, if you're selling on eBay, will end up on Sears and you won't even realize it. And I found some of mine on there too. We got Rogelio Serrano says, hello from Tijuana, Mexico. Oh, we're both in Mexico together. We're both natives. I paid SKU but it's not working with WooCommerce. What other app do you recommend? I don't know how SKU works with WooCommerce. I'm not sure. I would say follow some. I don't know what you're trying to do with it with WooCommerce. I don't really have an app to do drop shipping on WooCommerce that I suggest, and I'm not really sure, and or ITIN. There is a student inside of our training, Lucas, like I talked about, who does deal with all the international students, how to get there. It's not you don't need to get the ITIN. You can get an EIN without an ITIN. I know that for a fact. I watched his course, but again, I never have been not U.S. citizen. So although I do say I'm part Mexican now, but I don't know what else you guys need. So Christian says, are you using VPNs to give your VAs access or another software / method? I'm not sure what this is in regards to. I'm not really using any VPNs right now, except for myself. I do have a few things working through a virtual computer, which pretty much is also a VPN because you can have a static dedicated IP address. It is dedicated, I believe. But that's that. It really depends on what we're talking about here. And then Christian says maybe a combination of software / services. I mean, I've used Google Chrome. I still forget what it's called. The Google Cloud Platform is what I run the actual virtual computers through. That's where you can get the dedicated IP. I've used it before in the past a lot. I'm using it currently for not the same thing I've used in the past, but that is one thing to look into. The average VPN nowadays, it's any company is going to know what that IP is. They're all recycled IP addresses. So if you're trying to be real stealthy, it's not going to really work for you, or could be a reason to get you in trouble. I connected Shopify to eBay to get higher limits, but I didn't get it. Is that still working? It's really up in the air. And again, that's something that's inside of one of the trainings. So I suggest you don't type it on a YouTube live like this. What is the best way to scale Facebook dropshipping? Okay, we already answered this question. We got Common TV. Hello, Tom. How's it going? Appreciate you for being here, Common. Any of your processes you've replaced with bots or macros? I've done a few myself, but I'm curious. Yes. So, and if so, what? Christian's always trying to get the dirty details here, this kid. So pretty much, my number one bot / macro that I use at the moment is if for wholesale drop shipping on eBay. You could do it on Amazon too, but it's not going to be as good. Is on eBay, you can go into somebody's store, and I have no problem telling this to people. You can go into somebody's store, you can click on their sold listings. Obviously, I'm sure most people that have been around the game for a while know that. So you can see which items have sold. Pretty much how Zik Analytics works. I think that's exactly how Zik Analytics works, but I'm not going to speak on how their software works. I'm not sure. And at that point in time, I set up a bot to go through, usually these wholesale dropshipping stores are large. They have 10,000, 20,000 items, maybe even more. And they have, out of those sold listings, I think it's the last 90 days it covers. It'll be about, anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple thousand. I've seen 11, 12,000 on one of the bigger ones. From there, I just send the bot and I scrape every single eBay URL. And then once all those URLs are scraped, they go into another file. And then I send that file into another bot that then goes and scrapes all of those eBay listings and pulls out their title, UPC, manufacturer's part number, eBay item number, seller's name, a couple other things, just all the important information. And then from there, I can do a lot of stuff with it as long as you know what the UPCs are at your supplier. So that's one of the main things I've been doing recently. I've done it in the past too, but I kind of revamped it recently because I was doing it differently. But I did that recently, and it's been working out pretty well. We got Brian De Los Santos. You can do the same thing with Amazon too, Christian, if you go into someone's Amazon store and just scrape all their items. Again, though, you don't know if those have sold or not. So that's kind of the difference between Amazon and eBay. Is it a possibility customers tend to return your item after realizing it's from a wholesale supplier? Walmart and Home Depot. Walmart and Home Depot are not wholesale suppliers. So your question is flawed. But if they realize it's from a retail supplier like Walmart and Home Depot, there's a chance. Usually they'll complain and say, hey, the price is different, yada, yada, yada. And then from there, you can just offer them the price difference. You can go out of their way and kiss their ass a little bit more. Excuse my French. I'm supposed to not swear on these, or you can just kind of tell them, hey, screw off, you didn't really look, or, yada, yada, yada. Usually what we try to say is something along the lines of, we had stock, we didn't realize we were out of stock. In order to not cancel the item and make you an upset customer, we found it on a different supplier's website. and sent it to you. And then if they ask for the difference, just send them the difference in price. So that it makes it so that you didn't make a profit on it, but you didn't lose money on it, and they're a happy customer and they didn't complain. That's pretty much what I would suggest. We got Miguel says, is a VPN enough to not flag my Facebook account? VA will be logging into the Philippines for Facebook product listing. I have sold like 2K and things, have 5-star rating. Hope that's enough trust. I mean, with Facebook's, trust, it seems like they could care less about trust at the moment from what I've seen. But yeah, if you want to be VA to log in through a VPN, it's probably not a bad idea. I've had VAs log in not through a VPN. I've had them log in through a VPN. It hasn't seemed to make too much of a difference. Number one thing I've seen being a big issue is like literally on Facebook is selling too much. And it just seems like if you sell too much, I don't know if the way it seems to me is that Facebook does not expect somebody to be selling that much. And with dropshipping, you can sell as much as you want. So that's kind of where I've seen some students selling like a literal metric shitload of items, and they kind of get in trouble. And I don't know if it's that they fall behind on customer service or they fall behind on, something. And from a lot of people I've seen, it doesn't seem like they fell behind on anything, but it's just Facebook. It's brand new. Yesterday, there was a bunch of issues on Facebook. Like whenever they try to do an update, there's a bunch of issues. Again, like it's a new platform. There's really not that much software for it. And there's issues that come about every once in a while, but the profits outweigh everything else. And when you're making a ton of money, you learn to deal with everything else. Listed a few items on Facebook getting very low views and only made one sale. Other than title, what could cause low views? Are any settings that could? There's really no settings inside of Facebook. It's probably either your price, the items you're selling, the pictures, and that's about it. Tags, I don't think are that important, but I think they're more important than I thought they were to begin with. And then from there, it's really all about what you're selling. And that's pretty much it here. So we got like 19 minutes left. We got 64 people on right now. Be sure to smash that like button. Let's get this up to at least 50 likes. Whoever downvoted it, you got to get off the live. I don't want you here. We got Dave Murfin says, any new info on how many listings can be safely added to Facebook? There's really no data. Like this is all feel. And from what somebody posted in the group, they contacted a rep and the rep sent them a link and it said like 250. I think it's more folklore than anything else. Just like it just space out the time in between listings a bit if you're going to do a literal ton of them. But it's not science. It's all pseudoscience. It's all fake feelings, and it's all folklore basically. So I haven't seen any issues with listing a ton of items at once, but eventually, if you're just doing it nonstop 24/7, they might think you're a robot or something. I think that's what the biggest issue is, that they think you're a bot if you keep listing items nonstop. We got Gary Wise says, what happened to Jason? He's alive and well. He's still breathing last I checked as of about 5 hours ago. He lives in Utah at the moment. He just moved there to southern Utah. St. George. I don't know if you wanted me to give away where he lives, but that's where he lives. I can give you his exact address if you want it. But yeah, I mean, he's just more behind the scenes. He's still, we talk every day. We are running a business together. It's more just that he is building our new website, building our email stuff. And, he does a lot of the behind the scenes work. I'm the face, the more outgoing personality. And, Jason likes to be behind the scenes more, and I appreciate that. So he's here. He was on a live like 2 months ago. I just randomly woke up and told him to go on this live, and he did. I'm sure he'll be on one soon, considering I realized that we have good internet here now. And I have no issues with doing more lives here. We got Tess says, let's all give Tom a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Tess. I appreciate it. Christian says, how long are you planning on being in Mexico? Honestly, I don't think I'm going to come back. I see really no issue with coming back, or really no reason to come back to the United States. It's much warmer here. Everything's a lot more lenient with what's open and what's not open, and I don't want to start a debate about that. It's warmer. It's more open. There's really no reason to go back. It's cheaper. It's like I'm living in places that are much better than my expensive apartment in Boston and paying half the price. The people are nicer. The food's better. Yeah, I don't have any reason to go back. If anything, I might go to like Costa Rica for a couple months, but you're allowed to stay here for 6 months on a U.S. tourist visa, which just means that you show up. And if anybody wants to get out of their cold, barren hellhole, then I suggest going to Mexico. So I've been watching your videos and been doing okay on Facebook. Just don't have the funds to do big items, being I have to pay up front and wait for the money. Yeah. I mean, it does happen, but start with the small items. Start going one by one with the small items, and you will eventually work your way up, and you'll be good to go. Christian says, gonna have to buy a second portable external screen when I take off. Haha. Yeah, they do have portable 4K. I mean, I thought that my monitor could fit in my suitcase that I brought, but I brought a carry-on suitcase, not like a check-in suitcase. It was pretty small, and it was off by like an inch in each direction. And then I was just like, all right, I'm done. I guess I'm not going to bring my monitor. I could probably go to Walmart here and buy one, but I just haven't yet. Honestly, I've liked the getting work done on a laptop. It feels like I did my whole first year in business. First year and a half in business was all on a laptop. Not as bad as Jason, because Jason was using his laptop and a trackpad. I have at least a mouse. But you know, it's really not that bad. I used to always think how terrible it was because I got like privileged and moved on, but like it's really not that bad. I have a question. How do you delete listings on Marketplace? Every time I try to delete a listing after I refresh, it appears again. I'm not sure what your issue is. If the item's already sold, then it's not going to really delete. You have to put it out of stock. But if it hasn't sold yet, then it should be fine just to get deleted. I don't know if you respond to my question, but regards to tax with U.S. citizens, how do I apply for an IT? Okay, we already went over that. I have no idea. Hello from Southern California. Hello, Yoka Shmiro. Thank you very much for showing up. Let me know if you can. Yes, you can delete listings. We got Craig Elman says, my mobile Facebook shows shipping available, but I don't have the shipping option. I've been banned on Facebook ads before. Do you think that's why? That is most likely why, because I have that same exact issue. Although I have the shipping option on mobile and on my computer, and then when I try to put in my information, it says you're not allowed to. So you have to find somebody nice, family member or something like that, and or just kind of go out of your way and do it on, you know, maybe try to find another account or create another account. It's up to you. Lazy Abrams says, yo, how's it going? Thanks for showing up. Lazy Abrams, very consistent. One person I noticed that's not here is Jameson Griffith, and I can't say I'm mad, just maybe a little disappointed. I'm pretty sure the man made it to like every live that I did for the last year plus going, but he missed this one. So I'm going to have to call him out next time if he shows up. Do you recommend ever using the miscellaneous shipping category on Facebook Marketplace? I mean, if it doesn't find a good fit or something that's close, like if you want to list a table and you realize that tables don't have shipping, but the outdoor tables do have shipping, you know, list it in the outdoor tables section. But if it's really nothing that's close at all that has, and it just has no shipping, then yeah, put it in miscellaneous. If it has the shipping on it, then you'll be good to go. We got NJ Real Lindsay, bunch of diamonds, diamond hands. That's what everybody's been saying about holding the stocks or whatever. I don't understand that, but I think it's funny. Wall Street Bets Instagram. I've been following Wall Street Bets before all this stuff happened, like since 2016. But Wall Street Bets Instagram, I just started following recently. Is the funniest stuff on the internet. I think it's hilarious. You're getting banned because Facebook knows in what country you are in. Just send them your ID. I don't know what you're talking about. Is there a way you can change the shipping time frame for certain items on Facebook? No, not at the moment. Not if you're just a regular account on Facebook. There's no way to change the shipping. There's no way to change the return policy that says no returns on it. There's no way you can do that. Facebook, under their policy, will not allow API. I'm thinking outsourcing to a VA will be the best way to scale. There is a lot of API in the future. I can guarantee you that. It's not going to be through Facebook Marketplace through your personal account. That might be what you're talking about, but that there is. How much do you charge for the course? I want to get my questions answered. My apologies. It depends on what course you're talking about. Just send me a DM on Instagram. It's going to be much easier than me trying to answer in the next 10 minutes while we're on a live. Amazon Business Prime shut down my account for dropshipping. Any advice on how to overcome this issue? Try to open up a new one under the same Business Prime account. I can guarantee, or under the same business. Back in the day when I did it that used to work. If not, just try to open up another account again. Amazon does get a little iffy with it, but I remember it took me like 25,000 orders before Amazon banned my first Amazon selling buyer account. So, I mean, that's that. So Romeo Rojas says, I'm 13. What can you recommend? I have no idea. Get your parents to sign off on something and then just do it if they trust you. That's young. I was playing video games and selling bubble gum in middle school at 13. Like I have no idea, honestly. Not in this day and age. Albert says best way to bypass Amazon order limit. I mean, at that point in time, you're gonna either have to have multiple accounts and or just take the item down. You know, I realized back in the day, dropshipping heavily Amazon onto eBay. Don't do it anymore, but it used to be very popular. But there was a reason why when you sold these items that you would sell so many of them, that the ones that had an order limit, it's because, you know, other people ran into the order limit as well, and then they deleted the item, leaving you the person to be the one to get the sales, which is great until you get to the point where you go, oh, well, I can't produce, I can't, you know, actually fulfill these orders anymore. And that's kind of your issue. So either take the item down, find other accounts. There might be services that do it still. I know there was back in the day. I'm not sure. Specifically with Amazon, I haven't touched them in a long time as a supplier. How many products a day should you list, or the max a day? There's none that will get you in trouble. Just like list, if you can list 20 items a day Sunday, I'll be happy in you. After having rotating profit from Facebook Marketplace, put 100 in, get 130 out, for example, is the next move to invest right back to another VA or buy and send products to Amazon? I mean, if you only have $100 and you're trying to get 130 out of it, I'd suggest trying to sell more on Facebook. I mean, I'm not sure if that's what your question fully is, or just like, what do you do with your money? I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do with your money. Like, it's your money. I can't tell you what to do with it. I don't buy and send products to Amazon. I did. I kind of stopped doing it. Honestly, Amazon FBA, I don't think is what it's all cracked up to be. Drop ship more, start a new drop shipping adventure, throw it in the stock market. I mean, do whatever you want with it. Cryptocurrencies are popular. Pick a random coin and hope that it blows up 400% in one day. Like, I have no idea. I can't tell you what to do with your money. But it's really up to you. I have my account for almost a year. Also have selling private labels, aka make some good money. And I don't know what you're saying. And I tried dropshipping on Walmart, but when I did try myself, I got Walmart box. Will report you for that. I'm surprised no one did. I have no idea what you just said. It's Tom wants you, Albert. Get out of here. I don't even know why I clicked on that. Do you still use SKUGrid for dropshipping on eBay? Yes. I would never move to another software other than SKUGrid for dropshipping on eBay. And, you know, moving forward, I don't expect to change that for retail dropshipping, for wholesale dropshipping, Inventory Source, FlexPoint, which are both kind of the same software, anything like that moving forward. We got, where are we? Oh my God. You sent me 20 Mexican pesos. I don't know if it's because it might say that I'm in Mexico, or is it because you're from Mexico? We're both in Mexico right now, that it says 20 Mexican dollars, which I'm assuming is pesos, which might only be like $1, but I appreciate it either way. But I just don't know if my computer thinks I'm in Mexico right now. I don't know if I'm through a VPN or whatever, but that confused me right away when I first got down here. Like, you go onto eBay and everything's in Mexican pesos, and I was really confused. With the accounts you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, do they all share the same EIN, social security info? No, they do not. Question, got this email today from you. I said, there's evidence of your account and you are purchasing items from online marketplace. Should I just continue selling? I just started. I mean, it seemed like a lot of people got that email today. I didn't get that email today. If you did, you're probably using Walmart or Amazon, and it seems more likely that Walmart is also getting factored in when it was just Amazon onto eBay. See if you got flagged. I have many videos from that back in the day, like from like a year to a year and a half ago. See if you got flagged. If you did not get flagged, then keep going. If you did get flagged, which you might have, then you try to create another account. Some VAs get restricted when they add them to eBay. I don't add my VAs to eBay. I just give them my password to log in. I'm a smart tech guy too, but you don't have to disclose if you want, coach. I understand. I don't know what else you said. If your marketplace account has been shadow banned, low listing views, what do you suggest? I mean, a lot of people are talking about shadow bans and stuff, and then it seems like the next day it goes away, or, oh, this happened, then it goes away. Like, just keep listing, keep trying. And like almost every single person I've ever seen, like even Jake Penny, who I had on my live the other day, he's gotten banned like 3 times on Facebook, and he told me that he was still making thousands of dollars like this month. And like it goes and comes in waves. With Facebook, there's no way to predict things. Like none of you guys have had to deal with Facebook before in the past, like I have with ads and with other things. Like Facebook is worse than Amazon. Amazon, you can eventually try to get a number. You can eventually try to get through to people. Facebook is legitimately worse. I remember I told my mom one time how terrible Facebook was. She's like, I can guarantee you I can find a phone number in 2 seconds right now. You can't. You'll never be able to talk to anybody. You'll never be able to find anything out. So as long as you're not banned, and even the people that do get banned, you apply it, you just open up a ticket with Facebook on your phone. You'll be fine. You'll get it undone. I've never seen anybody get fully permanently banned on Facebook Marketplace. Just keep going, keep moving forward. Don't think that, oh, like it's over. I've seen a lot of people in the groups lately. Oh, is this over for you? Or asking questions before the person even fully like answers or says anything, and my camera's out of focus right now. And it's just when I don't even know the acronym for it, but when shit hits the fan, and it seems like it does, within like 2 seconds, don't just start posting in Facebook groups. I'm not here to call you out, Nicole. I'll get off your thing. Don't just start posting in Facebook groups saying, oh, everything's over. Like on Instagram, I've been posting on Instagram for a year plus now on one account. And I've hit the explore page with every single image post that I've ever posted since August of last year. I've hit the explore page, at least a couple impressions every single time. And as of January 19th, it disappeared. And I was like, oh, wow, this is something interesting. I'm going to go with the flow. And eventually within like a week or two afterwards, the posts started hitting the explore page again. Past posts that I had literally posted before started getting explore page impressions. And I realized Instagram's just reporting the wrong impressions. So when you think that things are wrong, it could just be that the software or the program or the platform that you're on is miscalculating or misreporting. Because I have screenshots today of Instagram reporting the wrong impressions. So you need to realize that it's not just something that's, oh, this is cut and dry, it's over. Unless Amazon says you can't ever sell on our platform again, or eBay says you can never sell on our platform again. Even at that point in time, it's still not over. So let's just, I don't know, that rant just came out of nowhere, but let's just move on. Ecom Tom gets to smash that like button. We got 50 likes. Let's try to get 55 before I get off. I'm going to finish up the last questions in succession here and try to get through it. This kind of stuff I'm willing to join the paid monthly coaching for, though. Yeah, I'm not going to give you much more than that, Christian. Do you use anything you've coded to scrape, though? No, I don't personally code anything. I've seen that SKUGrid has opened their source code on how they do it for their suppliers. I believe they have. I think they just do it for you and send you the information. I find that Amazon FBA is a long process and risky. What's your opinion on someone new to selling online? Do not start with Amazon FBA. It's a bad idea. Do a lot of research. That's what he says. No more lives with you and Coach Jason. I mean, there will be. Like, the kid just moved. Like, literally, he just got his computer set up yesterday. Really, is legal take photo? I don't know what that means. It's legal to a degree. Tiffany Hayes says, hi, Tom. How's it going, Tiffany? Thanks for showing up. Can someone from the Caribbean drop ship? It depends on what you're doing. But yes, most likely. Playa del Carmen, right? Planning to be in Tulum midsummer. Bachelor party, not mine. Yeah, I'm in Playa del Carmen. Tulum, I haven't gone there yet. It's like an hour south. Everything I've heard is that it's like either you love it or you hate it. It's like Miami prices in the middle of the jungle with not the same amount of resources. But I've seen people talk about like $20 drinks at the bar and stuff, which that doesn't equate to me. Or apartments that are like $20,000 US a month. That doesn't equate to me either. I'm sorry. That's just not what I'm signing up for. No matter how much money I make, I'll never be okay with that number. Should I do all software at first? Just do whatever software makes sense. Does the social security number have to be the same as the one on the person's account? For example, if my mom's account, can I use my social security number? The biggest issue, Craig, is that you said earlier that you've been banned across your Facebook ads, which means that you may have put one of your businesses or your social security number connected to your old account. If that is the case, then you will screw over your mom's account, most likely if you do that. So it really depends on what you have done in the past. Got your Facebook Marketplace course 2 weeks ago, finished all the training, got tag exemption, sent out my first dozen listings yesterday. Great course with detailed videos and covers everything needed. Thank you very much, Tess. I appreciate it. But it's reviews like that. I want to hear your sales once you get your first, a couple sales rolling through. I want to see what they are, and I want to see the success out of you because you did everything. You did everything right off the bat. You even got tax exempt right away. Even within 2 weeks, that's great. I mean, most people never get tax exempt that quickly. So I mean, props to you, and I hope that you see great success with Facebook Marketplace. I appreciate it. Okay, keep asking the same question here. Thanks for answering my question. What's your Instagram? My Instagram, Rogelio, is in the description down below. Check it out. It's Tom Cormier, my first name and my last name combined. Have you ever tried Shopify dropshipping? Not particularly. What do you think about AutoDS, that he's in my DMs nonstop, like an annoying ex-girlfriend trying to get me to use his software and or affiliate it? And I hope he hears this, honestly. And that's all I have to say. Do you discuss about how to use virtual assistants in your course and how many items you would recommend listing per week? We have a virtual assistant course that for anybody that does buy our course, it is $50 off. So it's usually $150. It's $99 at checkout of every single other course that we sell. And that's an add-on that you would have to pay for. Also, one thing I forgot to say is that we do have, for anybody watching right now, 40% off every single course down in the description below as a Valentine's Day sale. There's no date with me this year like there was last year. I am sorry, but you can pretend that you're on a date with me if you're watching the course and listening to me drone on for like 17 hours or 20 hours straight. That's basically like the best date you could ever ask for, in my opinion. So what's your opinion on Google advertising? Honestly, I think that that's something that we're going to start trying to get into for our own websites. And I think it's much more safe than Facebook advertising. How many products can I list on Facebook Marketplace per day? As many as you want, Richard. You won't be able to hit the limit. Other than the PU, I don't know what that means. What other country do you recommend to get? Oh, is that the Philippines? Well, I don't know what the PU is. Would you, the PI, I don't know, is that Philippines abbreviation? Would you recommend to get them from? Would like a VA to do work during the hours I'm awake? I would suggest Venezuela for that. We have somebody in Nicaragua. I've used Venezuelans before, but not really for like fulfilling orders or anything dropshipping related. I mean, honestly, we have some people from India now. We have a couple US employees now. We're moving up in the ranks, but mainly Philippines. I mean, I think that they're the best, but if you want somebody from when you're awake, I'd look Venezuela. See if you could find somebody in the Central Americas, but it might be a little bit harder. Hi, Ecom Tommy, you rock. Thank you very much, Julie. I just had over 28,000 listing views on the Facebook dropshipping platform. Tons of sales. Thanks for all your help. Glad to hear it, Julie. These are the types of reviews that I like to hear. Go out there and list listings like Julie did. I think we've had about 5 to 6 people ask how many listings per day you can list on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm not going to assume, but I'm going to assume that most of those people that are asking that question probably haven't listed any items yet and or more than like 5. Don't be worried about those types of frivolous questions when you need to be putting in the extra work, putting your head down and actually getting to work, because there's nowhere have we really talked about a limit. Yes, maybe like more than 25 to 50, but you need to get to that point of proficiency. Julie, I'm glad that you saw results and I appreciate the testimonial there. Will Facebook still pay out when the customer sees product with Amazon tracking number without the runaround? No, you will have to wait like 25 to 30 days to get your items. So yes, they will pay out 25 to 30 days. As long as they don't open up a case, it will automatically get paid out. But there is a way to speed that up if you use the tracking hack that we have inside of the training. Hi, Tom. Glad you're getting some sun. You know, is that a shot at me because I'm white as hell? I'm still white as hell. I can go in the sun now and it's shirtless at the gym because there's like a beach gym here and still not get sunburn and still not get tan. I don't know what the hell is going on. But thank you for almost 2 years of great advice. Thank you very much for showing up, Benny. I know who you are now that I saw that, and I appreciate it. You got Jamelia, is that how you pronounce it? The GOAT. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. How much should you expect in the first week? Again, I don't answer questions like that. I don't think that's the right way to look at it. You should expect what you put in for work, and you should put in the work first before you expect anything. Noah's in here. They also changed the algorithm a lot, which messes with the analytics. That's very true. I mean, that's exactly what's happening on Instagram. It's exactly what's probably happening on Facebook right now. Like, it happens all the time, specifically Facebook and Instagram. Smash the like button and do the work. Thank you very much, Vinny. Vinny's killing it on at least eBay. I know that for a fact. Is there monthly coaching? I came late. There's monthly coaching if you signed up for it when you bought the training. If you bought it, it's if you signed up for it. How people get away with dropshipping on Amazon via Walmart when the customer get their products in the Walmart box. I'm scared people reporting don't dropship from Walmart onto Amazon. What are your sales figures across the marketplaces? I mean, it varies. And right now, as I explained at the beginning of this, I have one eBay store that's doing like $50,000 a month retail, another one that's doing like $20,000, $30,000 a month, just lagging behind. But I took down the whole entire wholesale dropshipping account that I had, and I'm trying to get everything integrated with FlexPoint, which I explained at the beginning. This has been a huge, arduous process. So that took down, and then I took down all my listings that I was dropshipping on Amazon because I'm going to push them to Amazon after that. So I took down that. So Amazon hasn't had sales in a bit, and the wholesale dropshipping on eBay hasn't had sales in a bit. I just started getting them within the last couple of weeks because I just fully got the actual software kind of set up. Like I said at the beginning, it's 85% there. And then with Facebook Marketplace, we're rocking like 15,000 in sales right now this month, but we need to up those numbers. Everything's been kind of a bit of a learning curve moving to Mexico, and I've been here almost a month now and kind of getting everything done at the same time. I'm currently in the US, but when Elon Musk colonizes Mars, will I be able to drop ship from Mars? If you really want to give it hell, dude, I highly doubt in your lifetime, Miguel, that we will touch down on Mars. I'm going to tell you that right now. I really doubt it. But you can imagine if you want. He also messages me. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. In your opinion, what is the best business model to use to make money? It's whatever you want to put your head down, shrimman, and work your hardest at, because whatever works for me and what I think is the best is not going to be the best for everybody else. And it's really up to you to pick and choose what you want. Listed 35 products in Facebook Marketplace, no sales, very few views, all listings or bestseller, 4+ stars rating. What do you think the issue is? I mean, I don't know. Have you been listing items like we teach inside of the training? At that point in time, it might be something to do with your images, your titles, your tags, your descriptions, or you're just picking terrible items, or your prices are too damn high. I'm not sure what to tell you, but if you have very few views, then it's probably your items that are not good. Luis, how's it going, dude? He's inside of the training. Also is running his own YouTube channel. I saw that. $2,700 in profit this month so far. Keep killing it. I mean, honestly, what would most people in here, I don't know if you want to answer, what would most people think would be replacing your monthly income? I mean, $2,700 to me when I graduated college was like $5,000. I think if most people, as long as you're not living in like a bougie place, $4,000 to $5,000 a month profit would probably replace what you're making at your job. I'm not here to say that that's, people that are making less than that, step up your game, or people that are making more than that, that I think that $4,000, $5,000 like undercutting you. I'm just saying, I think most people could live for $4,000 to $5,000 a month as long as you don't have excessive debt from whatever. Like if you're already at $2,700, you're halfway through the month, you'll be hitting about $5,000, $6,000 in profit for the month. Like that's legitimately a full-time income, whether you have a job or not. Like that's, how long have you been doing it for, Luis? Like Facebook Marketplace hasn't been out for that long. Dropshipping, like that was all within 3 to 4 months of, putting your head down, working at it, and, just giving it your all. You've replaced a full-time income or acquired another basically full-time income, 2 months, like you just said. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. Like people always think it's so unachievable when you first get started. And then if you actually put your head down and actually start working at it, you'll realize that it comes a lot easier when you're not spending your time thinking about it happening and actually make it happen. I know it sounds hard, but you just got to put your time and effort in. Have you looked into Paul's course yet? No, not really. So I'm not sure what he's teaching, but I'm sure it's not too far off from what we're teaching. How do you choose where to list your products, in which cities? It doesn't matter when you have the shipping option. Cody says, thanks for all you do, Tom. You're welcome, Cody. Glad to hear it. Exactly as in the training. Then honestly, just keep listing, double down on it, lower your prices maybe a bit, and it will eventually come. What do you do if you get shadow banned? Again, just keep listing, keep moving on. I answered this question multiple times. How can we get a discount for purchasing from Walmart? You don't. Go work at Walmart, get an employee discount. Why when you list on Facebook 100 items from different categories and get under 100 views and literally one item with like 1,000 views? Again, I have no idea what the answer is. Dude, it's all up in the air here. Lewis said 2 months. Is the VA course for a specific platform, or is it just about hiring them in general? Honestly, it was made like two 3 years ago, but it was pretty much how we were talking about eBay in the past, but you can definitely easily take it and move it into whatever platform you want. It's not the way I tried to make it was to try to make it so it wasn't platform specific, but it did end up being closer to like eBay. But you can, once you get the VAs and everything like that, you can take what's taught inside of the course and actually, you'll be fine with it. Why Mexico? Because it doesn't have 2 feet of snow on the ground and it's not closed completely down and locked down like the rest of America. I follow the training exactly. Excellent picks. I go for 25 to 30. Again, just keep listing. You'll get your sales. I mean, there's so many other people inside of the training that you already know that have gotten sales. I can't see inside your account. I don't know what happened, what's wrong. But I believe you'll be able to, you'll get there. Can you please tell us some U.S. dropshipping suppliers? Go check out my other videos. A buyer just claimed that item was missing something, and Facebook gave a full refund when he filed a claim. Can I stop fraudulent return requests? That's not a return request. That was a just literal full refund. I mean, you can't really stop it. It's kind of the way Facebook's doing it. You can appeal to Facebook and try to explain it from there. That's pretty much it. What's the most amount of sales a day on Facebook? I think I did like 4,000 in one day once, but it's, it was all before I started, kind of talking about it on the internet. And that's kind of the way it works. But I'm listening usually before we expect a sale. By the way, thanks for all. You should have had a sale by now. Again, just keep listing and you'll be there. So that's all I have for tonight. I appreciate anybody out that came out. Let's get 2 more likes on this video. It'll be 60 likes at that point in time. The 2 people that downvoted it, I have nothing to say to you. Never show up to my live again. That's all I can say. No, Josh, do you type and wait that many times make me never want to answer your question? So I'm done for the night. All right, I'll answer your question. Can you get some detail in Amazon dropshipping with software like Inventory Source or SKU Grid? No, at the moment, no. So I'm done for the night. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We got 62 likes. Let's get 65 likes. I appreciate it very much. Thank you all. We have a 40% off discount down below in the description. Check that out. If you are interested or if you have any questions, let me know on Instagram. That's down in the description down below. If you click see more, it'll be there. I appreciate everybody that's come out. It's late on a Friday night. I'm in Mexico. I should be out drinking tequila or doing something, but I'm here helping you guys. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next live.